Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the German Tier 7 Premium Tank Destroyer, the Creature. Now the Creature is one of the tanks that you can earn for free in the Monster Hunter Earn-Up that is currently going off and actually only has 1 day left, so realistically most people have already picked by now. But the Creature is one of those tanks, and the reason I've left it till last, well, second to last, because technically there's still a video to come on the Kaiju, which will probably come out on Wednesday, but the reason I've left that one till last is because it's awful and you should never really pick it unless you've already picked everything else, which you're never going to have done because you won't have picked up last season or last year's tanks, etc. Kaiju's not very good anyway. But besides the point, the Creature, the reason I've left it till second to last is because also it is a meme. It's a meme tank. It's got a derp gun. But it's not a very good meme, if I'm honest. It's not really got much armour. It's got a bit of troll armour because it's got some random bits of spaced armour, which, you know, can end up having some memey bouncers. But, to be honest, the armour doesn't really do very much. The gun depression is kind of awkward. The derp gun itself is... well, the derp gun itself is pretty tragic, to be honest. It doesn't feel as much like a derp gun as many other 152mm guns. I assume this is a 152, but it's... well, no, it is a 15cm gun, so yeah, it's a 150mm cannon. So yeah, it just doesn't hit as hard as some of the others because it does have 660 alpha on the standard HE, and then it has 180 pen for 580 alpha on the heat, which 180 pen on the heat is pretty nice. It means you can hit really hard with the heat, but it just means that the HE really isn't that special, and it really doesn't splash for very much. Add to that the gun handling is absolutely atrocious. Like, it's awful. It's got 0.45 accuracy, which, yeah, okay, that's not the worst for a derp gun, but with 450 meters a second, or sorry, 436 meters a second shell velocity on this premium HE round, and a 2.7 second aim time, and all sorts like that, and with a fairly long reload at 17 seconds as well, it just means that the gun doesn't behave most of the time. It feels really fairly underwhelming in general to use, and you get punished more often than not. And especially when you're in a bottom tier matchup against tier 8s and tier 9s, you basically don't do much at all with a splash, and because your gun is so inaccurate and so troll, you still struggle to be able to get the damage you want to get off with the heat rounds that the tank has too, which can be just irritating. In general, it's a fairly irritating tank. It can be good and memey. If you get that top tier matchup, that top tier god matchup, this tank can be hilarious and you can do some massive damage. But other than that, it's really not a great tank. So what I run in terms of a crew on the Creature, I run basically a crew to make the turret better. I run Born Leader, Rapid Reload, Sixth Sense, Situational Awareness, Steady Aim, Snapshot, Run and Gun, Track Mechanic, and Rapid Aim. Rapid Aim to make this turret traverse better so I can get the gun on target as quick as possible. All 3 gun perks because that's what you want to do because this gun is derpy as sin, so that's just what you want to make better. And then all the other perks are generally what you're going to take. And then in terms of equipment, I take the Advanced Loader, Optics, and Advanced Reload. So the Advanced Reload, because there is lots of situations where the heat is great, and there's lots of situations where the HE is better, so you want to be able to switch between the two if you can. I mean, realistically, if you wanted to just decide, okay, I'm going to sling HE and HE only, you could get rid of the ammo or the Advanced Reload to have something like a camo net. It's down to you, it's down to how you play the tank. But I just make it so I can spot for myself, so I have as good a reload as possible, and so that I can switch to the ammo type that I desperately want to use. And as you can see in this first replay, yeah, we end up getting shut down by the TL1 LPC. We did take a shot that was a bit risky, and unfortunately, the bloke came and shut us down. So finished the game with 3 kills, 2.5k damage. The 1659 base XP, a pretty decent game for the Creature. First class apparently with 1659 base XP. Probably shows you how badly most people do in this tank that a 1659 base XP is only, it is actually not only, it is a first class. Like, I looked at that and went, how? Alright. And we're on to the second replay. And the second replay, we are on this map, which is something, it is something, I don't know what map it is. It's Arctic Region! Hey! Round of applause, pat on the back. We got there in the end. Well played, me. Well played. So, we're on Arctic Region, and we are going to the position at C2. I'm basically rushing straight down to C2 so that I can get in the little dip that's there by the mountainside, and I can basically get a hull down and keep trying to put out rounds into people that will push that zone, and then hope that my friends who might be back behind me get the opportunity to back me up, essentially. It's a bit risky to take this play because sometimes they will beat you to the corner, and the moment you poke this ridge like exactly where I am, the moment you do that, you will die very, very fast. And you've got to be very, very careful. If you're in something very, very slow, then I would never recommend insta-pushing to C2 like I just did there. I'd recommend getting to the ridgeline, poking, having a look, going, is anyone here? No one's here. Okay, now I'll push. Because what I've done is exceptionally aggressive, and half the time it just doesn't work because, like I say, they're just already here. But we get here, we spot the KV-1S, so we sling some heat, 589 straight through that KV-1S. And again, that is why having the ammo swapper or the advanced reload is very, very nice for the tank, because you know where and what ammo choice is perfect for you. So as you can see, I took a blind fire there at that camper hill, that G1 spot. That spot at G1 is where lots of TDs and campers will go and sit, which counters you pushing any kind of aggressiveness around this C2 corner. And I got spotted and I was detected. And I was detected the moment I poked round a little bit too much like that. And I was having, you know, it was saying detectors, so something was looking at me when the Tiger 1 and the KV-1S basically couldn't have been looking at me. So my brain goes, there's something in those bushes over there. So we're just trying to find what it is. And oh boy, we hit it, and we killed it. Oh, let's go. VK3001H out of the door. Oh no, get out of this game. Oh dear, that poor tier 5. It was like, there's definitely someone over there. I'm going to pop a few blind shots, and we ended up penning him with the HE, setting him on fire, and he gets shut down. That boy is very unlucky. Oh dear, filthy blind shots for the win. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, people. If you know that there's probably, by what what the game's telling you, that there's probably someone in that position, just keep popping shots, see what happens. And if you don't hit anything, then at that point you go, well, maybe it's moved, and you can move up, and then you'll get shot at and you'll lose a lot of hit points because it will still be there, and you just end up missing 3 shots in it anyway. But you've made, you've shot at the obvious bushes, and the obvious bushes didn't give you anything back, so you go, well, now I can move up because maybe they're not there, or I can push forward to try and spot them. Or in the case that I happen to have, where I actually hit them and I killed them. But naturally, you might not always one-shot them like I did, because, derp guns. You might still damage them, but the thing is, if you damage them, even just by penning them, they might go, oh my goodness, they know where I am, I must move. And therefore, your attack is free to go ahead, because, well, they can just, you can just move ahead and they won't see you or won't shoot you. And that poor Stewie 33B, this is what I'm saying about, this is the kind of matchup where this tank is lovely, because if the gun behaves, and this is a massive if, because it really doesn't like to behave at all, you can have some big damage games, because you can get a lot of pens in, you can keep slapping the rounds out, and you don't have as much that really troubles you. And that's quite nice. And as you can see, the Avenger gets shut down by our shot. We're up to 4 kills to 3.7k damage. Just waiting for the reload because I want another kill, because I'm thinking, oh, 5 kills, 6 kills. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim for the cupola shot on the Crafty Panther, and we fire just as he moves. And then I realise, oh wait, that Stirrer Mill is literally just out in the open. I could have penned the Stirrer Mill. Why didn't I just... Oh, I should have aimed at that guy. Artillery deletes him. There's only one tank left. It's a medium tank in our cap. And at this point I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to get anywhere near this T-3485. But if he was to keep charging around the corner to about D8, I could possibly get a shot from up here if he does it. So you know what? We're going to set ourselves up in a position where we can get a shot across there, and if he does end up pushing back into render range, I can try and get a shot at him. But I was also thinking maybe I can get down. But you saw on the map where he was moving, I thought maybe I can get that ultimate blind shot, or, out of render range kill, and unfortunately I ended up missing. I'm just waiting for the reload, and we just don't quite get the chance to get that shot at that T-34-85 again. But we do finish the game with a pretty nice total for the creature. We finished with the 4 kills, 3.7k damage, 203 assistance, the first class, the high caliber, and 1727 base XP. Pretty damn decent game for the creature, but that just shows off the creature in general. And like I say, out of all the tanks you can pick, I don't think this is one that you want to prioritise getting unless you love the Derp meme. And even then, for a Derp memer, it's not the most memey in the universe, but it's down to you, really, and what you feel is your preference. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
A great success!